question. I think the school board is the biggest advocate for our schools in Tallahassee. One of the things that I have a lot of experience in for the last 13 years with my job here at Associated Builders and Contractors, I've been doing government affairs for over 13 years. So I brought the relationships that I've established with all of our state reps, Republicans, Democrats, it doesn't matter. When we focus on goals, and the goals are funding for our students, we can get a lot of things accomplished. So one of the things I'm most proud of is that we've upgraded our legislative lobbying team with our school district. We hired 2 lobbying firms that have done great strides that have helped us because, you know, there's a lot of things. It's one to talk about funding for all schools, but we also have unique needs in Hillsborough County, and we need to fight for the resources to accomplish those things. We need to fight for more STEM money for education. We need to fight for more technology. We need to fight for more busing transportation dollars. So we have unique needs, and now you have a board that's committed to making asks to Tallahassee that are just going to help our school district. That's one of the things that I'm very proud of is building these relationships. I was actually up there in Tallahassee the same time Valerie was, and we had meetings with the Department of Education and all of our state reps. But we have to continue to build those relationships, because those relationships are going to help get us the funding that we need to make our schools the best they can be.
Retired in 2011 as the General Director of Administration. I was appointed to School Choice Parent Advisory Council for the entire state of Florida underneath the Department of Education, the Florida Department of Education. I wrote the choice plan in Hillsborough County. I negotiated with our attorneys in the NAACP Legal Defense Fund our release from the federal court order that on desegregation that ran from 1971 to 2001. Equity, fair service, fair treatment, and all things that I've worked with. You get some idea how I'm going to answer this, because I just referred to our state government and our federal government are not pro-public education. They're promoting alternatives to public education and bleeding off our funds. And I have said just recently publicly, what the state and what the federal government, the current leadership, is trying to do to us will be done 3 times faster by the COVID-19 virus. And that is a diminishment of free, quality Florida public education. And what just recently happened is the governor raised the starting salary, or made funds available to the district to raise the starting salary. If he had not done that, we would have probably been ranked 47 out of 50 states. But at the same time, because of the budget crunch and the lack of funds coming into the state, and sales tax in Hillsborough County down 30%, he cut all A+ money coming into the district. The problem with that's wonderful that he's starting teachers get more money, but you have teachers that have 30 years experience, 25-year experience. You have guidance counselors and media specialists that won't see a pay increase. It's all going up front to those teachers that are entering the field. Governor DeSantis had to do something. We could not be 47th. We're 47th ranked in other things in education. But when it comes to teacher salary, it was a bold move, but it was done at the expense of veteran teachers. So I can say to you, as a school board member, I will challenge Commissioner Corcoran. I will challenge Governor DeSantis, because I do not necessarily agree with their funding patterns and what they're doing to traditional public schools. And I will sum this question up by saying, if we are not careful, the one thing that desegregation order did in 1971, where Black kids, African-American kids by law were not allowed to attend school with other kids. It was a segregated society, and the federal government intervened in 1971 and initiated desegregation, which was forced integration and the elimination of the dual school system. The dual school system was one school system, public system for Black kids, and one for everybody else. That was the law of the land prior to 1971, and it was in Florida statute. The dual school system was inherently evil, was unfair, and fully unconstitutional. And the government intervened in 1971 to eliminate the dual school system. I say to you, community, the advent of vouchers, quasi-public schools called charter schools, vouchers, state money to private schools, and privatization eventually is going to cause a default school system for those who cannot escape a failing, badly underfunded public school district. And we have, in fact, once again created a dual school system in Hillsborough County in the state of Florida. You have one school system for those who have it, and you have another one, a default school system for those kids who cannot escape. And that is the antithesis of what the desegregation court order was all about in 1971, is that we're one school system, we're one people, and we're all treated equally and fairly. That is not happening. And it's primarily because the state has chosen to underfund public education. I would venture to say no candidate out of the 19 that are running would give you that answer, but me. But I have lived it. I have lived it as a professional, and the children and the employees of this school district are in my heart, and it will be for the rest of my life. So this is my third time running to try to affect change for the positive for the people of public education. And if I can't do it this time, this will be my last campaign, but I'm going to try right up until the end.
I feel like you have to be a voice. You have to be out there. You have to be reaching the legislators. You have to see them in front of you, so that way you can fight for the budget and you can fight for what you want. When I had my program for the after school program, I actually was chosen, my company was chosen to be on the Department of Education, the school advisory panel. So I was at those meetings on a regular basis. So I understand what it's like to work on behalf of a program for the Department of Education. So I think out there advocating for our students, advocating for the budget, and making sure that we're making the right decisions for all our students. So that's what I plan on doing. I plan on being the voice for the kids, the parents, and the school. And when I talk about the school, I'm talking about from the secretaries to the custodians to the administrators. I'm reaching out to all those key people in the schools now, and I'm out there meeting them. So I'm not just going to say I'm going to do something. I'm going to show you how I'm going to be a spokesperson for not only Lowry Park and District 1, but all of our schools in Hillsborough County School.